Have you ever reflected upon the potential that the nuts you consume regularly could be quietly reducing your longevity, diminishing your cardiovascular health, and impairing your mobility? What appears to be a nutritious snack may, in fact, contribute to the expedited decline of muscle mass, foster detrimental inflammation, and make it increasingly onerous for countless seniors in the United States to preserve their strength, activity, and independence in a time when every step is precious. Selecting inappropriate nuts could mean the difference between moving about with assurance or requiring mobility aids and enduring discomfort. Today, important revelations are revealed. It is imperative to immediately avoid certain nuts to safeguard both your limbs and overall health. Conversely, it is advisable to incorporate 3 particular nuts into your daily regimen promptly. Nuts that are not only nourishing, but vital to your future well-being, autonomy, and self-respect. Section 1. Strictly avoid these 3 nuts. 1. Peanuts. The stealthy eroder of vitality, peanuts are ubiquitously found at family gatherings, in snack bowls, hidden within energy bars, and often advertised as affordable and heart-friendly. Nevertheless, they can discreetly sap your vitality and accelerate the very degeneration you strive to avoid as you age. Though they may seem wholesome, peanuts are not, in fact, true nuts. Rather, they are legumes cultivated underground, rendering them highly prone to contamination by mold-derived poisons known as aflatoxins. Aging diminishes the body's natural capacity to expel these toxins, thus escalating the likelihood of internal damage. The insidious consequences include increased cellular aging, heightened cancer risks, and silent liver impairment, which quietly undermine the heart, legs, and immune system. Moreover, peanuts naturally promote inflammation due to their significant omega-6 fatty acid content, upsetting the body's equilibrium and fueling persistent systemic inflammation. This underlying inflammation not only impedes pain-free mobility and balance, but also heightens the risk for falls and associated injuries in older adults. There is an additional hazard for those prescribed blood thinners, which is fairly common among individuals over 65. The inherent vitamin K in peanuts may compromise the efficacy of these medications, potentially precipitating dangerous bleeding episodes or blood clots. The risks are not mitigated by opting for processed peanut products like peanut butter. Indeed, such items typically contain hydrogenated oils, added sugars, and excessive salt, all of which exacerbate high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, and vascular aging. Thus, what may seem like a prudent choice could, over time, insidiously undermine strength, circulation, and mental acuity. These deleterious effects are not confined to one area. Peanuts may imperceptibly reduce mobility, harm the heart, impair cognition, and abbreviate one's lifespan. An innocuous snack may ultimately lead to diminished family interactions, hospitalization, or a loss of independence. However, peanuts are not the only threat concealed in your pantry. Another widely favored nut, loved for its creamy texture, may unwittingly jeopardize bone health and precipitate serious harm. 2. Cashews. The underminer of bone integrity. Cashews are frequently perceived as a desert snack, rich, smooth, and filling, often considered a prudent and even indulgent choice for those pursuing healthier eating habits. Yet beneath their appealing taste lies a hidden peril that can weaken the very structure upon which strength and self-reliance are built. the skeleton. One of the most silent threats to continued independence in later life is bone loss. Strong bones underpin every movement. Should they weaken, healing is slower, falls occur more often, and even mundane activities present serious dangers. Cashews aggravate this risk by being replete with oxalates, compounds that bind to calcium in the digestive tract, inhibiting its absorption and thus undermining bone health. Each serving erodes this vital defense, leaving wrists and hips more brittle and legs less stable. The risks extend beyond the skeletal system. Cashews contain an unusually high carbohydrate content for a nut, which can prompt abrupt spikes in blood sugar, damaging the delicate blood vessels in the legs and feet of seniors who are often predisposed to diabetes or pre-diabetes. Over time, this damage erodes muscle, impairs sensation, slows healing, and in severe cases leads to amputation. Furthermore, the oxalates in cashews contribute to kidney stone formation. A painful and often incapacitating condition, increasingly prevalent in those over 60, in individuals with a pre-existing dehydration or compromised kidney function. Cashews can convert a manageable issue into a severe health crisis. Even the physical nature of cashews poses a danger. Their smooth and slippery surface presents a common choking hazard for individuals with dry mouth or diminished chewing ability. Conditions which are not uncommon among the elderly. 3. Pine nuts, the disturber of mind and body. Pine nuts, with their refined appearance and subtle flavor, are often added to salads or pestos. For seniors, however, this seemingly benign nut harbors risks that can undermine cognitive and physical faculties. Pine nuts have the potential to interact adversely with nearly 60% of common prescription medications, impacting treatments for blood pressure, cholesterol, and mood disorders. Such interactions can cause unpredictable clotting, dangerous heart arrhythmias, or surges in blood pressure, any of which could have life-altering consequences. Despite this, pine nuts are rarely singled out as a hazard by health professionals. An additional risk is pine mouth syndrome, a rare but distressing condition wherein all foods and beverages taste metallic for weeks, leading to appetite loss and consequently malnutrition in vulnerable elderly individuals. Moreover, pine nuts are high in unstable polyunsaturated fats that oxidize quickly. The resulting toxic byproducts can damage the brain, constrict arteries, and aggravate joints. Prolonged intake of oxidized nuts results in diminished vision, impaired cognition, and worsening arthritis pain, threatening both physical and mental independence. Their small, slippery shape also heightens the likelihood of choking, especially for those with decreased salivary production or swallowing difficulties, common after age 65. Though diminutive in size, pine nuts present a formidable array of hazards, compromising medication efficacy, muscular strength, appetite, and hastening brain and joint aging. Section 2, 3 nuts to incorporate into your daily routine. 1. Almonds. The guardian of bones and muscles, almonds are more than mere snacks. They represent a steadfast resource for those who value mobility, bone preservation, and lifelong activity. From the 6th decade of life onwards, the natural decline in bone density, culminating in osteoporosis, renders individuals susceptible to fractures, loss of independence, and life-threatening complications. Almonds address this risk with a rich supply of calcium and magnesium, essential minerals that fortify the skeletal system. Magnesium in particular promotes proper calcium absorption and ensures its delivery to where it is most needed within the body, reducing the likelihood of inadvertent arterial calcification. Beyond bone health, almonds nourish muscles, providing quality plant protein and healthy fats, vital for the maintenance of muscular mass, which in turn facilitates lifting, climbing, and everyday activity. Their fiber content supports digestive regularity, mitigating constipation and discomfort that can drain energy and enthusiasm for movement. Almonds also benefit cardiovascular health. Their monounsaturated fats lower harmful LDL cholesterol, diminishing the risk of heart attacks, strokes, and cardiovascular deterioration. The significant presence of antioxidants, especially in the thin brown skin, combats oxidative stress and protects brain cells from age-related decline. Thus, almonds serve as quiet defenders of both body and mind. 2. Walnuts. The sustainer of movement and cognition. Walnuts, with their distinctly brain-like appearance, offer profound support for mental and physical resilience. As one ages, neuronal health and mobility often falter, increasing the risk of confusion, hesitancy, falls, and even loss of personal identity. Walnuts are rich in alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, an essential plant-based omega-3 fatty acid that preserves the flexible membranes of brain cells, underpinning cognitive abilities. Furthermore, walnuts are abundant in polyphenols, antioxidant agents, capable of crossing the blood-brain barrier to reduce inflammation, protect neurons, and offset the progression of dementia and cognitive decline. Routine consumption supports memory, orientation, and ongoing engagement with life. Their natural supply of the amino acid arginine improves circulation, ensuring muscles receive oxygen and vital nutrients, thus enhancing movement, stability, and reducing post-60s fall risk. Walnuts also contain melatonin, supporting the circadian rhythm, thus aiding restorative sleep and mental clarity. By choosing walnuts, one makes an investment in both freedom of movement and the preservation of self. 3. Pistachios. The pulse of vitality beneath the pistachio's vibrant green and purple shells lies an often overlooked secret. Support for cardiovascular strength and mobility. Blood pressure regulation becomes more challenging with age, and the insidious onset of hypertension can compromise energy, limb function, and arterial health. Pistachios, rich in potassium, counteract sodium's adverse effects, helping to stabilize blood pressure and improve circulation. Their benefits are not limited to the heart. Pistachios protect eyesight by providing lutein and zeaxanthin, carotenoids that defend against macular degeneration, a leading cause of blindness in seniors. Healthy vision is crucial for preventing falls and maintaining independence. The physical act of cracking pistachios also encourages mindful eating, helping to prevent overeating and subsequently reducing the strain of unnecessary weight on joints. This minor hand-eye coordination exercise also contributes to the preservation of fine motor skills. Moreover, their appealing color and taste make healthy habits enjoyable, reminding one that self-care need not be a matter of duty alone, but may also be a celebration of living well. Final reflection: while pistachios offer daily vigor, there exists an even rarer exotic nut with the potential to enhance muscle strength and even modulate the aging process itself. Your future strength, well-being, and independence depend upon daily dietary choices, particularly which nuts you embrace or avoid. For seniors, these choices can mean the difference between sustained vitality and a gradual loss of movement, cognitive acumen, and emotional well-being. Over time, peanuts, cashews, and pine nuts may undermine health, while almonds, walnuts, and pistachios act as steadfast allies, preserving bones, supporting movement, nourishing the heart, and protecting the intellect. With informed, sensible choices, vibrancy and resilience remain attainable at any age. The opportunity to protect your bones, heart, legs, and memory is in your hands. It is never too late to make positive changes. Each thoughtful decision is a step towards a stronger, brighter, and more joyful future, affirming that well-being in later life need not be accidental, but the result of wise choices. The objective here is to inspire fulfillment and authenticity in later years by empowering each individual to live life abundantly, reflect briefly, and share any meaningful insight you wish to apply as you navigate these truths. By supporting one another, the journey towards robust health and longevity becomes both achievable and rewarding.